Hi, this is Ryan George at Ryan George Fitness. So today we're going to talk about exercises to strengthen and grow the glutes and thighs. So when it comes to strengthening and really just growth of muscles, one really important thing to consider is that you're doing heavy weights. So if you're doing weights or no weight, doing an exercise where you can do 20, 30, 40 reps, it's good for certain things, but it's probably not going to be good enough to really build strength or to really develop and grow a muscle. So it's really important that your rep range is from 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 repetitions for whatever the exercise is. So that's the first part. So what we're going to talk about today are 4 different exercises, all of which can be done with body weight, and then all of which can be progressed to do with heavy weights. So the first one's a squat. The squat's probably one of the best exercises you can do. So with the squat, you want to start with the feet about hip width apart, toes straight ahead, maybe slightly rotated out, but not too much. So with the movement, you want to imagine you're sitting back in a chair. So you sit back, but you're also leaning forward at the same time. You want to maintain a stable trunk, so the abs are tight, you drop down as far as is comfortable. So ideally you can get to the point where your thighs are about parallel to the floor, and then from the bottom of the movement you want to drive up through the heels and straight back up into your starting position. Second exercise is a lunge. Lunge is again one of the better exercises that you can do. It really works all the muscles in the legs, and there are a lot of different ways you can do it. Today we're going to go over just a forward lunge. So with the forward lunge, you start with the feet hip width apart, toes pointed straight ahead, and then you take a step forward. So the step can be long, it can be short, but for the purpose of just a basic lunge, we're going to go over just a medium length lunge. So you step forward, a comfortable length, not too far forward, not too close, and then you bend both knees. So you drop down, bend both knees, but try not to hit the floor with the rear legs. You don't want to drop the knee to the floor, but that's the direction you're headed. Once you get to the bottom of the movement, you're going to drive up through the front heel and back to your starting position. So the third movement we're going to go over is a single leg squat. So with the single leg squat, you're balancing on one leg. So it's really important that you're comfortable balancing on one leg before you actually get into doing this movement. So with the movement, just like a regular squat, you're going to sit back and lean forward at the same time while maintaining the stability and balance. It's important to keep the hip stable and that you're not kind of hiking the hip up or down as you're doing the movement. So you want to stay nice and stable as you're sitting back. When you get to the bottom of your range, you're going to drive back up through the heel. Final exercise we're going to go over is a bridge. So bridging, this one is going to be a little harder to add weight, but there are ways to make this a harder exercise, and it's a really great exercise for the glutes. So with a traditional regular bridge, you just start lying straight back, heads back, arms are rested to the side, feet are on the floor, toes are up, and the heels are down. So with this movement, all you're doing is extending the hips up in the air. So you just drive up, squeeze the glutes, pause, hold it for a second, and then control yourself back down. So you can do repetitions of 10, 12, 15, 20, whatever works for this exercise. So that's it. I hope this helps. For any more questions, check me out at Ryan George Fitness.